Twitter makes sense to me. Twitter is toxic. That's perfect.
Dude, that is so you. Trash Palace Assailant. Assailant.
I swear you do it on purpose.
Dude, I fucking know. That's why before I actually started, I was like, I gotta make sure I said
All right. Just remember Aladdin, right? What's in Aladdin?
Palace Aladdin.
Yeah, what's in Aladdin?
Dude, I don't know that word.
There's a sultan.
A sultan.
Jasmine's father is a sultan.
So how do you spell the word? Asulta.
There's no A. I think that's where you're going.
Oh, it's just sultan.
Yes.
Not.
He's just focused on the assault.
Yeah.
S-U-L. It's an Arab prince. No, it's like an Arab king.
Okay.
Sultan.
Is this an okay shirt? Is this a bad shirt? I spit in the face of people who do not want to be cool.
I get high spit in the face.
Oh, that like I thought that was gonna turn into like something, and it just didn't. Fucking, this is how we start most shows.
All right.
Yeah, that's a beautiful voice. Finally making a nice little return. We got the Trash Palace Assailant.
What is with you?
I said it wrong again?
Yeah, dude.
I
swear you do it on purpose.
Dude, I literally... I feel like I need to see the word spelled out, but either way,
Let me see. I'll write it down for you here. Let's see how this goes.
Give me it nice and big. Use both lines. Sultan.
I didn't even write it. That's how I know you're bullshitting.
Sultan. No, I really do. I don't know how to prove that Either way, we're back.
I'm not even that guy anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just a tired man.
Speaking of, so we got OG Tom back in the studio.
What up?
Back in podcasting.
Winner
Gets Nothing took a little hiatus. I hope it's just a hiatus. I hope it's just a little pause.
We all hope.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be we'll do it whenever we feel like, but we've apparently never since felt like.
But you also were running Trash Talks, which you said you've kind of been working back towards.
I have 2 unreleased episodes of that. I have 1 unreleased episode of Winner Gets Nothing, and one of these days, you'll get that released.
So you guys had like one of the most fun podcasts to listen to for like a local podcast that I knew of. I got to be a guest a couple times. It was a really fun vibe, except for when I was being gaslit into being racist or something on every episode.
Or something. No one forced your hand on that, wWALiE.
Darren literally
you made your own choices.
Dude, Darren would say something racist and be like, "That's what wALiE was thinking." I'm like, "No, it wasn't."
Yeah. Well. Shouldn't have been thinking that. I mean, I don't know. That's all I could say.
So to kind of kick off this episode, and before we get into some of the more fun topics, what is that like? Kind of, how did that break even come about? Just too much.
I just I don't know. I really don't even know how to explain it. I don't know. It just got to be. I want to focus my time on other things. Like there's a lot more than just showing up and recording that goes into making the show. And it was taking about, I would say 8 hours to 16 hours a week, which I know is like, that's double, but it was somewhere in that. The low end was a
part-time job. And you guys were just doing it like to hang out and kind of like hobbyist.
And I just don't make enough money to have that type of hobby. I need to actually do other things. So I don't know. It just fizzled out. I kind of proposed it as like, hey, somebody else needs to take the reins, and the reins were not particularly taken. So I don't know.
Have you been missing the podcasting?
I'm glad to be here today. That's what I can say.
We're glad to have you.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it all day. This is good.
Yeah, and now that I know you got a little bit of extra time since you don't spend 8 to 16 hours fucking getting ready to do one, we'll have you back on plenty.
Yeah, no, I'm available.
You're available, local. It'll work out. But we got some exciting topics because we haven't seen each other since fucking I don't even know when. Whenever the last episode that you were on, I think was the last time.
Was Gio's house? No. Whose house was that? No, Gio showed up. That wasn't your house. That was Eli's house. Mm-hmm. You just showed up.
Yeah.
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 wALiE didn't show up too?
wALiE showed up. You
No,
was
no,
there.
no, no. The
I
most
should've.
recent one I didn't go to.
You weren't there that
I was
night?
with
Nah.
Eli that whole day.
All right, well, I was cooked,
just yeah.
I thought you were there.
So either way, fun, boring talk out of the way. Let's jump into the episode so we can get some of the fun topics going.
Let's go.
You want to just get a couple stills? Just pose. You always do that one.
All right.
No, I wanted you to do the beat. My brother would be so proud. Thank you. I'm just gonna shut that off and dive into the episode. One of the first topics. When it came up, I was like, Tom's gonna have a perspective or just know something else, or at least dive into some of the conspiracies that I've heard the foundation of some of the conspiracies, but you might know more about this topic. China balloon. What the fuck is going on?
It's a balloon. It's from China. It's fun.
What is your theory? What do you think have you heard some of the conspiracies?
I don't know. I haven't dove too far into that one because it just feels like the most obvious distraction on earth. Like
I haven't even heard this premise.
well,
It's
I'm just
a
saying,
distraction.
like, everyone's focused for a week on a balloon, and it just feels like the dumbing down of society as a whole when they're just like, look, it's a balloon. And he's like, oh, great. Let's talk about the balloon for 3 weeks.
So
Like,
you
it's,
think Biden just died and we're just talking about this?
I
so
don't
they
know.
couldn't figure out how to
If he
create
was
the robot?
let's I don't know. But I just don't. I just feel like I'm like, what else was going on this week? Like that's more of what I was concerned with. I haven't found anything crazy that's happened, but yeah, I don't know. I don't trust the balloon story. I'm more skeptical of the balloon story than I am of the balloon. Like because apparently we've had these things flying over us forever. Like there's been like, what they said there was like 4 during the Trump administration. So
Oh, I did hear that. Yeah.
And I don't know, because like all the stories I hear are so contradictory that I just don't get it. Because on one hand, we hear China's like, very sorry, flew off course, my bad. And that's cool. All right. So yeah, maybe it flew off course. But then they shoot it down and China's supposedly like super mad about it. And I hear the whole like war drum beating of everyone like, hey, this is definitely an escalation. I'm like, of what? It's a balloon. Like they have satellites that fly over us every day that can take the same exact pictures.
The Iraq war is not making them enough money anymore. The
Yeah.
Ukraine war has kind of died out. You know, we got other things to focus on. We got to find more ways to make money.
Yeah.
But I love that take. It's like you think the scarier part or the more important part to focus on is the fact that it's a big news story for a week. I haven't even thought about
And just distracting us from.
It's just a fucking big-
Well, if nothing happened, then I guess that was the only thing going on this week. That's one way to do it. But no, I just feel like we're all staring at a balloon. What else was going on? Like what do you like? Look over here. Look, it's a big balloon. Like I don't know. And, they used to, when they would try to distract us from things they were trying to do, they would they'd Pearl Harbor us or like 9/11 us. Like they do some real stuff. Now we're dumb enough that we just accept a big shiny balloon.
So is it that we're dumb enough, or our country just got lazy with our news stories?
Our propaganda is getting really, really insulting. It's just shameful. I just can't believe they're doing this to us.
I used to be proud of this country.
I know. My country used to lie to me aggressively.
We used to kill people just to lie to us.
These days,
These days we just
they can just
shoot
go
a balloon.
They can go to Party City and just have us captivated for 15 hours.
Oh my gosh. This is the premise that I was hoping to. I didn't know what it was, but this is what I was hoping
What's
to get
going
out
on
of.
behind the balloon? What's behind the balloon?
What's behind the balloon? Any other wild conspiracy theories that? Because I stay off of the news. I don't even like. I used to like pay attention to some of the YouTubers, like we were talking earlier, like the Daily Show with Ben Shapiro or Michael Knowles, some of those people.
That's Daily Wire. Daily Show's
right.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor,
not
yeah,
anymore. But
at the end. More I'm more of a Jon Stewart kind of guy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like liberals getting mad at conservatives and conservatives getting mad at liberals and just a whole bunch of
on stuff we should mostly probably be agreeing on and probably do at the end of the day, but we've just been painted into our own corners.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's cute. It's cute. Love how they do it.
They're pretty people, aren't they?
What's behind the balloon?
Don't ask me.
This balloon is an eclipse of something.
What are your theories?
I don't know. I mean, they probably, or you probably just like beefed out the Patriot Act or something. Like we probably all have to like, in 2 years, we're all going to be like cordoned off to our 1-bedroom apartments that are government subsidized, and that's it. That's it. We just get locked in a room. Like we all got grounded. We all got grounded over a balloon. That's what happened. I don't know. I have no idea. I just think it's ridiculous that we spent this much time paying attention to something that apparently goes on all the time, and something I'm just not concerned with when you, like I said, you have satellites that can do the same job that this balloon's doing.
Yeah, it seems like the most inefficient way to collect data.
Probably.
Because is the idea of the balloon supposed to be, it's inconspicuous. Everyone sees a fucking giant balloon.
Well, we didn't see the other ones.
Right?
I'm saying
Were there other ones?
Yeah. There was a...
Yeah, but that's what they're telling us. If we didn't see them, were there other ones?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
See, and this is the whole point you said. Like, it's more crazy about the story. Like, what's behind the balloon? Because if there weren't other balloons, they're just telling us there were other balloons that Trump didn't shoot down, but Biden shot down the one balloon, which, how the fuck did Biden, was he out there with his little skeet shooter, like,
See, that's what I like about
Biden
it.
was honestly just like shooting around, assuming he was shooting targets, and then shot down a balloon.
He's an accidental, like, victor, what is that, like a hero of our country?
Yep.
He saved our data.
What if that balloon was going to save us, though? Now he's not.
What if it was?
What if that balloon had the corona cure? That's it.
What if that balloon was actually a good thing, but Biden shot it down because if we found out about it, then it's not a good thing. So because it saw the light of day, like people saw this balloon, they had to shoot it down. They're like, shit. Oh, what is the fucking they did this, like even the JFK assassination, like they killed him because he started to, some of his like movements and stuff at the time were like, we don't know if we agree with this fully. Because what was his big thing? He was trying to, like, I think he was trying to take money out of the government. He was trying to, like, reduce the power of the federal government. That was a big thing that JFK had in talking about freedom. There's a big speech. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I had a dream.
JFK.
Tell me about it.
It is February. Gio, you should be a bigger part of this show.
Yeah. Fuck MLK. It's definitely JFK.
All right, that's enough words. We got our quota.
Yep.
Tell me how you feel this month.
I feel like I can talk now for at least a month.
Again, enough words.
Okay.
Let's move on, dude. I'm going to get fucking canceled.
Do it.
Oh, fucking Darren had something going on. He
was ready.
He was the whistleblower.
I often call him a prophet, but
Yeah, that's what I thought.
most people refer to Manson's in that way. So
That's true. What was his name? It's something Manson was his like gamer tag. Or whatever.
wasn't old.
What?
It was young Manson. I don't
Young Manson.
Oh,
yeah,
wasn't old.
know. Wasn't old.
Right over my head. Sultan. I got it. Now that I've like seen the letters in the order, I get it now.
What's the name of the show? Everyday Vibes.
Sometimes there's vibes, sometimes there's not. So the other thing that you've been really diving into as of recent, or at least since, kind of we last spoke, last podcasted, etc., kind of what's taken away from Winner Gets Nothing, sadly, is the crypto shit.
Yeah, I've been diving into that. I just I don't know. I think it's important to educate yourself on that stuff. I think crypto's kind of the wave of the future.
Especially after like a lot of the things recently, like the what was the big one that the guy was fucking orgies and shit in the
FTX.
Yeah.
The FTX Sam Bankman-Fried scandal. Well, I don't necessarily feel bad for the people who got their money taken into that, because one of the important things or kind of the entire point of crypto, Bitcoin at least. I mean, there's more going on in crypto and the development of Web3, but really Bitcoin in itself was kind of supposed to be something that subverts banks. It's supposed to be you can be your own bank. So when somebody says, hey, we just invented this new currency, you're supposed to be your own bank. And your first instinct is, I gave it to some nerdy kid in the Bahamas. He says he's going to be a bank for me. All right.
It's literally a Ponzi scheme. And I think everybody knew. And that's how I felt about so many.
He operated similar to a Ponzi scheme. I'll say crypto, just to be clear, crypto is not a Ponzi scheme.
It's not?
It's just, no, crypto is absolutely not a Ponzi scheme. It's, well, I'll say Bitcoin's not a Ponzi scheme. There are many Ponzi schemes within crypto. There's a lot of scams going on overall in the entire ecosystem. And this is a healthy thing. This is actually a very healthy thing to happen, because you need to wash out bad actors from this new developing
entity
ecosystem. Really, it's so many things. Like this is probably going to redefine banking for the entire globe. I mean, it used to be criminal money, and then it was only nerds use it, and then like now we're at the point where it's like only like 1% of the countries in the world have it as like a national denomination. Like it's
really.
El Salvador uses, you can pay all your taxes, everything in El Salvador. They recognize it as a national currency.
Is it Bitcoin or is it a different coin or whatever?
Through Bitcoin, they use specifically. There's other countries that are adopting this though and are using it because, well, it's a permanent. Well, it's based on blockchain technology, which blockchain is essentially a ledger, which a ledger is just record keeping, but it's a public ledger on most of these currencies. Actually, I won't go ahead and say most of them. There are so many scams in this ecosystem. That's where everyone gets this idea from, that they're scams. It's like, yes, there's scams right next to the ones that aren't.
Right.
But like, there are ones that work. But
I think that's the big problem, and why like I still won't touch it or try to get involved, because all of it looks like a quick money grab. Like that's the way everything is pitched. Is like get in while it's low, and then you'll have this big valuable thing, and then even in that trajectory, it's like eventually everyone's supposed to sell this thing when it gets high enough. Even if some people drop sooner, this is literally like the foundation of a Ponzi scheme. So they keep trying to say like, all right, get in while it's early stages, so your dollar is worth more. But like how is that different than Bitcoin? Like,
well, with a Ponzi scheme, essentially you need actually I don't know if a pyramid and a Ponzi are exactly the same thing, but from the pyramid scheme basis, you need enough people coming in to pay out to inflate the price of the people up top. Like basically they keep filtering money up top. The difference is with Bitcoin is, yes, you do need people to respect it and consider it to have value for it to have any value, but it does provide its own value. And what you're buying into is thinking that value's actually worth something. What that value is it is money that is not tied to any government. It's not tied to any entity
except
at
for
all.
El Salvador.
El Salvador is essentially just a large player in the scheme. Like they're still not
In the what scheme?
The scheme of things. Yeah. No. But what I'm saying is, like with Bitcoin, is there is an inherent value in having a money that people globally respect that is not tied to a government. Now, previously, people would think store value would be something like gold. Well, what happens with gold when your country goes to crap? Like right here in the U.S., we look at Bitcoin as volatile, right? Because it loses 80% of its value in a 2-year period. It can lose that, and then it'll gain. Like it tends to go through these cycles where it does lose 80% of its value, and then it comes back, and it 5x's from there. Like so, then you gain is that 400% of your value or whatever? Like you're gaining more money on the back end when it starts to go up. But that's kind of because it goes through these crazy cycles where really like this next cycle, like right now, Bitcoin's valued at about $20,000. The production is going to be cut in half in May of 2024, and the value is going to be worth half as much, right? So to maintain the network, which is essentially what you get paid out in Bitcoin, right? You get paid in Bitcoin to maintain the network. They call it mining, but really what you're doing is you're certifying transactions on this new banking system. Now, what happens is when that gets cut in half, well, for the people who are maintaining the system, they have to pay electricity, they have to pay all these costs. It costs them a certain amount to go up. That only needs to go up double from here if it gets cut in half, right? To mine new Bitcoin and get paid in that transaction. So really, the fair price of Bitcoin in the next cycle is $40,000. Like 20 is fair right now to maintain. When it gets cut in half, 40,000 is fair. The price will go up much further from there due to nothing but what we call mania. There's news stories generated. Every Warren Buffett and his grandchild is investing in it. Probably not Warren Buffett, actually. He talks a lot of shit about it. Even though he's actually invested himself. It's a long workaround. Like look into the people who talk shit about Bitcoin the most and find out they're invested in it.
See, this is my point of confusion is Bitcoin, if it's being compared to like the gold standard, and that's kind of where we base our money off of, but it acts like a stock market, like a business. It depends on, like, yes, there's parts of it, like you just said, the 20,000, it's going to change to 40,000.
It needs to be to maintain it. So if you believe Bitcoin will still exist, it has to be worth 40,000 in the next run. It will be worth more than that. I guarantee it.
But you're also, stating that there is the fluctuation of it based off of trends and investors, etc. So it is still volatile, even if it's a net positive, volatile nature. I don't know how to phrase it, but how does that stay consistent?
Because it happens on 4-year cycles, and you kind of know when it's going to happen. You kind of know when the value would have to go up. And if you think there's a value to having a money that's not tied to any government, this will stick around. So if it has to if it has to double to maintain, you kind of know it will, because enough people are willing to pay that to keep it going.
So is this a big globalist push?
No, it's the opposite. It's it's really decentralization at its max. We've had a huge globalist push where the dollar kind of runs everything, and
but not the U.S. dollar.
Yes, the U.S. dollar.
U.S. dollar runs Europe and
everything.
Really?
Our right now, the euro is worth, it used to be worth like $1.30. It's worth like 90 cents. As much as we complain about inflation in this country, we've inflated way less than any other currency that has to owe debts to us and pay back those dollars. The dollar's increased in value, actually. So we think the value of the dollar is going down. Yes, in the United States, it does look like it's going down, but the rest of the world's currencies are going down so much more drastically that it's really not even comparison. Like when I'm saying the fluctuations happen when you lose 80% of your value on Bitcoin, right? Well, the Turkish, I don't know what the Turkish currency is called, but I know in Turkey they've had 71% inflation. That has no chance of coming back. That's just the new norm. They lost 71% of their value, and that's that. They never get it back.
So Bitcoin is 20,000 and projected to be 40,000, maybe more, maybe less, whatever. 20,000 to 40,000. What?
Dollars. It's measured in
U.S. dollars.
Yes.
So it's still based off of the U.S. dollar measurement.
Only by choice. You could there's a common argument that says 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin, right? You can measure it in anything. It's just we tend to base it off the dollar because the dollar is the world's reserve currency.
It's what we understand.
Yeah, and that's being challenged right now. But
so eventually, your claim or what you've learned is that crypto will fully replace all of the we won't say Bitcoin is worth $20,000. We'll just say Bitcoin is up right now, or Bitcoin One
when
Bitcoin-
you dissolve the other measurement systems that you can base it off. I mean, you could say Bitcoin's worth 25 bacon or whatever. You know, it's worth a lot more than 25 bacon. But
Probably
you
not
know,
25
like
eggs at this point, but you know.
yeah, maybe 25 eggs. But
Eggs
yeah.
have gone up.
But yeah, no, you can measure it off anything. Like it's
it's
just
just a
about how much value. Yeah, it's just a comparison. It's just useful because you know what that means here in the United States. So that means more to you. You know what one Bitcoin will be worth to you. You say, oh, that's $20,000 worth of value. $20,000 can buy me a car.
So eventually it would be like, all right, I need 0.7 Bitcoin to get, a new TV at my apartment.
You could probably get a few TVs right now for
Or
0.7 Bitcoin. That's about
True, yeah.
$800 anyway.
I need 0.05.
Two good TVs.
0.005 on groceries every. So now
It goes down to
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin goes down to 0.0000001. It goes. I might have done too many there. Actually, I don't know, but it goes to the seventh decimal point.
I don't fucking like Bitcoin. I don't want Bitcoin to replace that. I don't want to be calculating fucking. I already hate change, like cents. That's already stupid. Like, dude, just everything
Well,
is
it's all digital at this point. You won't notice.
The lowest number should be $1. So when I go to Stop and Shop, they'll like. I pay $1 or $100 on groceries.
But the dollar.
I don't want to pay
loses-
0.0000000 Bitcoin on groceries every week. Like when I'm trying to put together a budget for my like monthly spending.
But when 0.00000 tends to look more like how you're spending $1, you'll go, oh, that many zeros is $1. Like it might look like more in overall what Bitcoin's measured because it seems like such like we're talking about 100,000ths of a fraction of one denomination, but overall I think you probably just go about your day. I mean, like, like they call that smallest one Satoshis. And eventually the goal is so that Satoshis seem more
so
like
there
$1.
is terms for...
Yes, that six
Okay.
zeros
All
and a
right,
one is one Satoshi.
All right, now I can get on board. Like now I can be like,
You
all
just
right,
need a name for it. All right.
it's 100 Satoshis for groceries each
Yes,
week.
yeah.
Oh,
He wants to
okay.
do less math, is what he's saying.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to fucking think how many zeros on this.
Well, you won't actually.
It's
That's
the thousandth place. Like I'm not fucking in middle school like math class. Like I don't want to fucking count 1, 2, 3.
Well, I hear what you're saying with the globalist agenda where it would be a worldwide accepted currency. But the thing is, why they accept that currency is because it's not tied to anything and nobody can force them what to do. Like right now in the U.S., your money loses 3% every year you hold it. And that's actually what you hope it loses.
Right.
That's like the best case scenario.
That's like average.
Like June of last year, you were losing 9 cents on the dollar like that's how much things were changing, right? We were going up almost 10%. So something that was $1 would be $1.09 in that month. Like that's how much it would have moved.
They still sell dollar store items at $1. That's still
Certain
very
ones.
impressive. I know. Yeah, all the
Wait,
dollar.
no, I thought Dollar Tree stopped selling things at just $1.
Some things they do.
They're
Oh, some things. Okay.
like a lot of things I would say are like in their $1.50 or $3 or Five Below is literally a store now. It makes a lot more
well,
sense.
that's been a store.
Right. But I'm saying like Dollar Tree or whatever has dollar items still. We still have things that you can buy for a single dollar.
Okay.
And those are like there's no time of day or day of the week that you can go in there and you're not going to wait in line. They just don't have enough like cashiers or anything.
That's
and
everywhere.
people
At Five
fucking
Below or
dollar
Dollar
store,
yeah.
Dollar Tree, Dollar General.
How much can you afford to pay your employees when everything's $1?
Very
you
true.
only have one guy.
Yeah, dude, I don't fucking get that.
They don't even sell balloons anymore, man. There's no more helium in this world.
No, there is. They just lost their supply from the United States, pretending to do China balloons.
Look it up.
That
Google it.
that and white girls having birthdays. That they lost all of their balloons.
Yeah, white girls stopped having birthdays recently. I don't know what's up with that.
Or maybe we just got too old. We've moved past white girl birthdays.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
moved
that-
past white girls as a whole. I mean, I don't even know what they're doing.
Have
Don't
you
you
guys
have one?
both?
Yeah, we're both dating a white girl. Like
Yeah,
You have your
I
own.
moved past that.
I think about her like heritage, not heritage. What is the fucking term? nationality, like the
Her race?
no,
Ethnicity?
like ethnicity. So like what her parents were. I mean, she's American, but
Oh, okay.
I see past color
Right.
because
Sure.
she's translucent. No, she's
Yeah.
not.
The more you say it. Darren.
As far as you guys know, she is, I believe, blue with red headphones. That's what people know of Booth Babe. That's the best depiction of Booth Babe that I have out there. Is it blue?
Who? Booth Babe?
Booth Babe, like the little like logo I made for Booth Babe.
Boof, babe.
Booth.
Boof.
Yeah,
Babe.
dude, she farts in my face. That's a big kick of mine.
All right, marking that one down.
Yeah. No, I want to find. I don't even know when she was last been on.
Really, just to put the nail in the coffin though on the crypto thing. There's a lot of other stuff going on, but really the beautiful thing about it, when I was saying you're losing your money in all these other currencies, there's other places around the world that have much worse than us. Like we consider losing 9% of our money outrageous, while, like I said, Turkey's losing 71% of their money overnight. And Bitcoin has a limited production. It has
Wasn't it
21
found
million.
by someone who's dead now, or like created by someone who passed?
Someone who's been
I don't
anonymous
think
their
they.
entire life.
No.
Yeah, they've never known
That's what it is.
exactly who
Okay.
it was.
Yeah, he got bored with it. He has technically, I believe, Satoshi, the original guy who did it, Satoshi Nakamoto.
That's why they're called Satoshis.
Yes. But
We're learning here
It's a
on
fake-
Ever Changing Vibe.
it's a fake name, probably. I mean, it could be anyone from, I mean, the CIA could have invented it. I mean, it could be a group of people.
Who's the artist right now? Like not Pansy. It's just
Banksy?
Banksy. So he's like that.
Yeah, I think Banksy's identity's probably been at least, like, more speculated on, though. He can't hide as well.
We've narrowed it down to
Yeah,
like an idea.
we kind of, it's probably
Is he
this
white?
guy. I think he's an Italian guy. I think
Italian.
he's Mr. Brainwash, but that's
Mr. Brainwash.
I watched one documentary that convinced me that, and that's why I believe it. 'Cause I don't need more outlets. I just need one answer.
I shit on anybody who just like reads headlines and like, all right, that's the thing. I read this headline. I already know my shit. But I do the same concept with watching a documentary. Like I know exactly, like, and I'm watching the documentary knowing that the director or whoever has some form of bias that they're telling a story through.
Always.
And every single time I'm like, no, these are the facts. I know everything about tigers and the tiger universe from Tiger King. I recently watched The Bling Ring, which was I thought it was a great one on Netflix, about these teenage like theft. I don't know, celebrity thefts. They like, I don't know. It's a pretty cool documentary. I'm like, I know the whole story. I know that this person did it. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know that person did it or what the involvement really was. I just know what the documentary said the involvement was.
Yeah, I know. You end up finding out like all your it's like, oh, this was completely funded by the legal team for one guy to throw his boys under the bus, and then
At the end of every episode, it's just like, this person and this person's lawyers or whatever have declined any accusations claimed, and like it's like, yeah, they just didn't have. They're in jail right now, so they literally just don't have a chance to give their side of the story.
Yeah.
The Anna Delvey, which wasn't even a documentary, it was literally like a
What's this?
Anna Delvey. She was the it was on Netflix. What was the term? The socialist, not socialist. That's a fucking like government or political
term.
Yes. Fuck, Jamie, look that up. No. Socialite. She was a socialite that was essentially just like faking all of her backing or claiming that she had
I think I know about this
money
chick,
in Russia from her dad. But
Yeah,
like,
I've heard about
Who's
her.
this?
Anna Delvey.
It's just basically with somebody who was
socialite.
just like faking it until she made it, and
Yeah.
she eventually
Wasn't
she
there
didn't
that
make
Chinese guy that did that too, and it was like basically like laundering money between like multiple countries and like even paid for like one of like a top grossing movie over here at some point.
it. Possibly.
That's fucking
I don't know.
awesome.
Yeah, like I forgot because he played it off and just like had these major parties, but he was like manipulating his part of the government, like in China, and I think also in like India. And shoot, who's that? actor.
me.
Who's the actor that's like known for being like
Asian?
No.
Bobby Lee?
For being Asian.
He's known for being like super into the environment.
Leonardo
Yeah,
DiCaprio.
Leo. Like he paid for like I'm pretty sure he paid for the movie he actually got an Oscar in.
Oh, I think I did hear this story. I don't
Yeah.
know much about it.
Leonardo DiCaprio is just trying to like create an environment that breeds 19-year-olds so he can keep fucking them.
His new girlfriend though doesn't look 19.
Oh, you watched
Do we blame
Flagrant?
the
Yeah, I watched Flagrant and I saw that picture and I was just like, she
I'm
does
at that
not
point,
look
yeah.
19. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Mark kept scrolling, and they're like, "Stop! If we see 18 or like the numbers in balloons, like we're going to jail. Like, stop scrolling."
Yeah, no. I don't know. As a personal thing, I like people going weird on fucking Leo for dating a 19-year-old. I think my limit's like 21. I just feel like beyond that they're just dumb.
I can't.
They're just
do it.
dumb younger than that.
I
I have never talked to anyone under 21 that has ever said anything of value.
my girlfriend is my age, like same graduating class kind of thing, and dating her for this long, like I could not sit in a room with someone younger who just like, mostly because I'm fucking like, I don't know, I talk so much and I just need you to understand my references. So if I make a SpongeBob reference or a Disney reference or a Vine reference and you're like, fuck, dude, I need the little ego boost. Just laugh. Just know what I'm talking about. Dude, she needs to translate me if like when we're in groups with talking to other people, like all the time. So if someone's younger, like, and I didn't have my translator, dude, they would be more lost than the people that I'm talking to. Like, what he means is he's trying to reference that Vine about that. Like, I just said avocado instead of free shavacado, and she's like, he's talking about the avocado Vine. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was kind of funny. Like, that's what happens all the time when we're hanging out with people. So,
See,
yeah.
my girl tries to do that for me, but she never actually is expressing what I was thinking. So I get more belligerent when I go, no. Let me tell you what I meant.
I have opinions. I gotta.
She's like, you're acting like an asshole, baby. Like, stop. And I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna say what I need to say.
Sorry, you gotta pee.
Dude, my legs are both.
This guy's got a
shaking
bladder
so
like a chinchilla.
Yes.
I don't know if they pee a lot.
We're gonna take a quick
Probably.
pause here, so a couple minutes for us, a couple seconds for you guys. We'll be right back. We're back. That was a little longer than I wanted to because I fucked up all the files.
don't
Too
know.
much space.
They don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I lied. No, we're going to do something in a nice winner gets nothing fashion.
Yeah.
We're going to play a little bit of a game. The game that we're going to be playing is something that you might be familiar with, is debatable. But in order to make it a true game so that we have a defined winner that gets...
Picked.
Nothing?
Thank
There
you.
we go. All right. I figured it out.
So, Gio has a couple cards picked out for the debatable game. Once he reads off the card, he's going to assign either me or Tom that debatable, or one of the sides on the debatable card. Him and I have to battle it out, come up with
I'm right.
with the best opinions
I'm
or
right.
defense for that argument.
Don't even bother. I'm right.
And I am going to lose, but Tom's going to get nothing. And then Gio, on this episode, while we're recording, is going to pick the winner for each. We'll tally up the scores at the end, come up with a winner. But I want you guys listening, possibly watching, to also let us know. Did I have the right opinion? Did
Couldn't
Tom
happen.
have the right opinion? Did Gio
Yes.
pick the right winner?
Yeah, of course.
You tell us.
You picked me.
And with that, our first debate.
All right. So, as some of you guys probably know at home, I was obviously going to pick the silliest questions I could fucking find, especially for the two people we have debating
Let's
here
go.
today. So,
Oh, hey.
look at you. All right. So,
Cute.
Would you rather me read the question and then tell you who's debating what, or would you
Yeah,
rather
tell us the
All
whole
right.
thing so that like mentally I start to pick a side and then go fuck.
All right. So we're gonna start with an easy one.
All right.
All right. So
Easy for who?
eating prunes, are they only good for pooping, or are they actually tasty? And to figure out who's doing what, pick a coin. Pick a side of a coin.
I win.
What side?
Pick a
Heads or
side.
tails?
I
Pick a
win.
side. For the first one, I'll let you pick a side.
No. Heads or tails?
I'm eating the prunes.
Heads or
'Cause you like
tails?
'em.
wALiE, heads or tails?
Heads.
All right.
right.
So Tom starts.
So I'm picking the prunes.
So, all right. So we're going to go for, you're going to debate actually tasty.
They are.
Why
I'm
is
done.
So, there's so many better like options. Like grapes and raisins, way better of an option. Quick little snack. Probably one of the shittiest like candies, if you want to quote unquote call them a candy. But
They're technically a candy?
the only times that you're really going out of your way to go buy some prunes. I'm not saying that prunes are not tasty, but the only times you're going out of your way to buy the prunes is when you really need to pass a bowel movement, if you will. Try to put it eloquently for the listeners. When you want to blast out all over the toilet, just keep it nice and tight. You're only going out and buying prunes. Like, no one keeps a stock of prunes in their fridge at all times. I think that's kind of wild. I think the average person, you might be an anomaly. No one keeps the prunes with them at all times. They're not going to the grocery store like, shit, I'm low on prunes. I got to get my prunes. You might do that with raisins, because I like to add raisins to different things, whether it's like baking. Sometimes I toss raisins in like my cereal just to change it up, give it a little like chewy bite to it. But prunes are too big and they mess up the cereal. They mess up. You can't make it like a banana bread with prunes. You got to do the raisins. They're chopped up nice. So you could have raisins because you like the taste, and they're almost identical to prunes. Prunes are just a bigger version of them. So at no point is someone going like, I need to make sure I have my prunes. That's my case. Is the only time you have prunes is when you really need them.
All right.
What?
So,
Does he have a counterpoint?
do
I'll give
you
him
have a counterpoint?
Well, is it my time to go? You said well. So do you need anything? You need to do anything before?
No.
You're
go
staying
in.
on that
No.
ground?
Just
Go ahead.
I'll stay on this ground. I
Yeah.
mean,
All right.
No, they're
Go.
delicious in themselves. They just like, what are you talking about? You think there's these grapes and these raisins can stand up to what a prune is really bringing to the table?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you. No. Like, let's let you defeat your own argument. Do you really think grapes and raisins are bringing to the table what a prune has to offer?
No, but I keep on deck raisins. I've never gone out of my way to get prunes.
Well, you started with no, so I'm assuming you're making foolish decisions after that, and that's fine. But really, I mean, if you need to get something going, I mean, prunes are kind of the answer. I mean,
What are you trying to get going? Besides, because the question was like, if you are going to like only having prunes when you need to pass something, or you like the taste of, like, you like them as a snack. When was the last time you had prunes as a snack?
Okay, so you know how Reese has regular Reese's and then they have Big Cup?
Sure.
A prune is a raisin Big Cup.
Agreed.
So why aren't you going big? Like, why are you just going home? Because that's
I
your
don't
options.
want a big cup. Like, if I'm making trail mix, I like the peanut butter or the peanuts. I like the some of the other things in that mix. Like, I put M&Ms, so I like grabbing a bite of an M&M, a bite of a peanut,
So you're really
and a
not
bite
even
of a
trying
raisin.
to keep track of your
So-
digestive health, though. You're just eating candy. You're
So
a candy man.
you're proving my point. Is like, you're having prunes when you're keeping track of your digestive health, which is what we're trying to debate here.
Nope.
You're
I
not
can
just
also,
having them for the snack,
Well, here's what
because
I'll offer
they're
you.
too big to
is
have
that
as.
most people can eat a prune, and they're going to walk away from it just thinking that. I think prunes have been given a bad deal. I think prunes have been offered that they're only for digestive health. So people think, if I eat too many, things are going to go wrong, but it's not true. You can eat a prune any time of the day. Any time of day.
Bad
it can
deal
replace
or
your
not.
raisin.
Bad deal or not. What you currently eat prunes as is for the digestive health.
Nope.
Which is what I'm trying
What
to...
I'm trying to say is I can't not eat 2 prunes. They tell me 1 a day. 1 a day is good enough. I don't need that. I want 3 a day. I love me some prune.
Less is more.
It's a delicious fruit. Yeah, I think it's a conspiracy. I think Big Raisin is putting out this false accusation against Little Prune, who's just trying to make its way in the market. And they're like, you're going to end up dumping yourself if you eat more than 1. I think they put limitations on the prunes right now. And I think the average American would agree with me. If we could get more prunes out of 1 session, we would be eating more prunes. But we are lied to by Big Raisin.
But can I put it, let this be a public service announcement. I want to agree with that. Eat more prunes. Everybody, eat more prunes. But I still want to lean on the whole point. What is currently happening and how people currently have prunes.
Listen.
Let's move on. Take a tally.
No. I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on.
This is a great debate.
Big Raisin is spreading propaganda against Big Prune, okay? Prunes need to thrive, all right? They don't make you shit yourself. They make you have a more comfortable time doing so. So, why are you going to settle for this little itty-bitty raisin that can't even step up to the prune? The prune has this reputation for a reason, because it delivers results.
It's not about why you're not, because maybe it is good for you. It's about, which one are you actually taking, prunes or raisins or etc.?
I would take more prunes if I did not think I would have a disrupted day the next day.
I want to conclude it here. He said I would. So clearly he's not having a snack.
Propaganda does not. Propaganda is not reality.
I rest my case.
And on to the next one.
Better luck with the coin flip. Hey, when you flip the coin, you decide who takes what argument. Not we flip the coin and then we decide. You pick who has which side.
He's putting it on you, bro.
All right, so heads or tails?
I'll say
Actually,
heads.
no, wait. You ready for the next topic?
Yes, yeah.
Let's do the next topic first. So, what would you rather? 70 degrees in the summer or 50 degrees in the winter? Heads or tails?
Wally? Oh, heads.
Heads? All right. So, Wally,
it's location-based.
you get to pick 70 degrees in the summer.
70 degrees in the summer. Okay. I mean, I'm a New Englander. We get a little hotter in the summers, but I think 70 degrees is a comfortable temperature. Yes, that might mean you have some colder winters, but the question isn't implying colder winters. It's just saying 70 degrees in the summer. Maybe you live, in a climate that is very consistent, so you get 70 degrees year-round. I'm not going to lean on that as my argument, but I think 70 degrees is really comfortable. It's sweatshirt weather, but it could also be shorts and a t-shirt weather. So you can kind of enjoy any outfit. You can always look good. You can always be fashionable, whatever outfit you want to wear, which I think is almost more important than the, temperature. Like, yes, it would be nice to have some hot days. You can always travel, but at any point you can always wear, sweatshirt on a 70-degree day or, a t-shirt and be comfortable.
All right, fair enough.
50-degree, was it 50-degree winters?
50-degree winter versus
70-degree summers.
I mean, right now, essentially, you're making an argument against the poorest among us, the people who can't really afford to adjust for their weather. I mean, you're talking 70-degree summers. I mean, that's not that hot. All right. They don't even get that much out of it. They don't even get that much out of it. But they get more than they will in a 50-degree winter. I mean, that's insane. You're talking about people dying. These people can handle themselves. I mean, you can be on the street in these temperatures, and you can really, live a great lifestyle. I mean, not a great lifestyle, but, I mean, you can thrive in these temperatures. I just think you're doing a lot of looking past what the average person has to deal with, okay? There's a lot more people that live in different climates where it gets a lot colder, and you're talking about people who are essentially dying. So, every day. You're killing people with your opinion.
Dude, that's a fucking... It puts me on a spot. All right, but what I will say, I've learned a lot from the Liver King. That's why I used to look like him. No.
A fraud, if you will.
A fraud. No. No, actually, what my point is, even Andrew Huberman talks about this, and there's a lot of other, great speakers that talk about the science behind almost active struggle versus passive struggle. So choosing to find those colder climates. I will also relate this to the whole concept of like, when you look at the Boston comic scene, the up and rising Boston comic scene, there's a reason that Boston was known as like the comedy boom, the Bill Burr, Joe Rogan, Louis C.K., there's plenty where because of these cold winters, this of hating everything, of just being so mad, you get to be so funny. So like when you are actively if you have 50-degree winters, life is always just smooth and blissful. There's not much struggle that you have. So when you're going through these struggles, you build character, you grow as a human, as an individual.
If you don't die, Jesus Christ, you're looking past these people who every day drop in the street. Let me tell you, the temperature drops, bodies drop. Okay, that's what happens, all right?
It was what, 30 degrees? 30 degrees?
It's a big difference. You're murdering people is what you're doing.
30 degrees is not
With your rhetoric, you're murdering people.
Dude.
There are people dying every single day walking out into those streets, okay? I think these people need a little bit of a warmer temperature to survive, okay? You're not thinking of everyone. You're thinking of you. You're thinking of your comfortable lifestyle, whatever you call that. You live so nice. These people go out there every day to thrive, and they drop dead on a regular basis. And it's not fair, wALiE. And you just don't care about them.
What are the numbers? What are the numbers? This is bullshit. People live... Dude, there's literally homeless people living right now in Massachusetts, and we've had lower than 50-degree weather. A lot in the past couple months.
How many died in the above 70 range, okay? Compare it to that.
No, so my whole point is nobody dies at a 70-degree summer. Yeah, you don't get the warmest warm in the nice comfortable weather, like nice 80-degree heat or humidity or whatever, but no one's dying with 70-degree summers.
Where would you be without hoodie season?
Fashionable. Mark the winner on that one. Let's move on. Yep. What do we have, a third and final, or do we have two more?
We have one more.
He moved on to admit defeat. The homeless needed help, and he sent them hell.
Frostbitten hell.
All right. Next topic. So, marking the time, and all right. So,
this guy's playing footsies with me under the table, dude. I'm not about this.
Fucking. You know what I just realized? Before we even move on to this game, to the next one, this game has way more at stakes than I realized, and than you probably think. We did on your 100th episode. You did a whole debate game tournament.
Yep.
I made it into one of the later rounds.
You got gypped.
Against you. Thank you. I made it against you.
I got gypped.
Probably.
Probably you. Don't think it was bullshit.
That's how that crew fucking works.
Fucking Kayla winning. She should die in hell. So
I had a great fucking debate, back and forth argument. He really had no points on his argument. But then I made the claim, do you really want Darren to die? It was something about Darren dying. And everybody was like, yeah. I'm like, I just didn't know my audience.
You made a miscalculation there. I will say that. All right.
I lost because of a miscalculation.
You thought we wanted to keep our horrible, terrible, no good, awful co-host alive. That man
who just kept.
He needed to go.
He literally like had to be kicked out of that episode because he kept doing the Island Boys.
Yep.
Anyways, let's do the last one.
There's
All right.
nothing in that cup.
So I can redeem myself.
I didn't even get a shot.
I mean, you took my moment away because you mentioned footsies and stuff like that. Because the next topic is actually which footwear is the worst choice? Socks with sandals, or those toe shoes. There we go.
Toe shoes. Okay.
There we go. Two
Sure.
shoes.
What are toe shoes?
The ones that like your toes go. They
have individual
They're like
slots.
gloves, but on your feet,
Oh, the glove
like
ones.
for mountain climbing
Yeah.
and activities or
So
whatever.
pick a
Alright.
side.
No, he
heads or
picks
tails.
You
All right,
gotta
wALiE,
pick that.
wALiE picked last time, so heads or tails, Tom.
Heads.
And you get toe shoes.
You're arguing toe shoes. Go first.
You got something to warm them pups up. I mean, Jesus. You
All
go out
shoes
there
warm
freezing?
the pups. Good start. All right, let me talk about socks with sandals. When you're wearing socks, you're also warming your feet. But by warming your feet, you are looking so fucking stupid. That is the dumbest look. If you're going to wear socks, cover the rest of your foot. Because if you're putting socks on, there's no the purpose of sandals is to let your feet breathe. So you're literally being counterintuitive. It's fucking stupid. And there's no color combination or sock combination with your sandals that will actually work good. Especially if we're talking about like sandals. Like slides, I've seen that, style trend happen, but sandals are not slides. So we're Xing that out of the equation. Sandals are the fucking ones that loop around the back of your ankle. They keep your foot nice and in place. So literally the only thing that's missing is the rest of your foot. Because if you're wearing sandals, you want your foot to breathe. So why the fuck are you putting socks on? But toe shoes suck because
Toe
You were
shoes.
supposed to be defending the socks.
it's supposed to be I thought it was like which one's worse. Read the debate again.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
So which one was worse? And I said why socks with sandals are worse than toe shoes.
Oh, okay. We're back on track.
Thank you.
Your
So,
points have
toe
gone up
shoes,
instead of down.
I mean-
Go ahead.
I mean, you're essentially doing more for yourself. I mean, the whole point of toe shoes is that your foot gets like an even ride against the pavement.
He's doing it
Oh wait,
wrong.
no. See, now I made a mistake. You're supposed to be saying why toe shoes are the worst.
Are worse than socks
You
with
didn't
sandals.
do that.
That was my fault.
Well, what? All right.
Oh, is it rigged? Maybe a little bit rigged on my podcast. Maybe this is how I get my redemption.
That's bullshit.
We planned this one out. No, Gio picked these so randomly.
All right. Well, so I gotta what? Defend the toe shoes?
You have
No.
to say why they
They're
suck
worse. You're,
Why
you're
are
almost
they worse?
more. Which one? Yeah. So which footwear is worse, the toe shoes or socks with sandals? So you have to say why
Socks with sandals.
toe shoes
I
are
mean,
worse.
you get your normal padding, you get your normal comfort, you get your normal everything. There's nothing normal about putting on a shoe that incorporates every one of your toes.
How is that not more normal?
How is that not more normal? I don't know.
Literally, look at your foot. Look at your foot.
What are you wearing
What's
right now?
more natural?
What are you wearing right now?
What
What
did
are you wearing
humans
right
walk
now?
on? Our feet. You're getting the perfect mold of your feet with your toes.
What are you wearing right now?
Regular shoes. I think they're
What's-
both. I
oh.
think both of these footwear are awful choices. I'm just saying socks and sandals are way worse.
Okay, but currently you're wearing
Shoes.
and
I'm not wearing toe shoes because
Yeah.
those are fucking stupid.
Okay, so he's not wearing toe shoes. So I would say that those regular shoes are pretty much breaking your balance, breaking your back. In fact, I mean, like you're really breaking down every aspect of what you could possibly be gaining. It's not really about what you lose with toe shoes, or I'm sorry, the opposite of toe shoes, regular, as you call them. That's what you call regular?
Sandals.
All right.
I think he's doing this argument wrong.
I don't think I'm doing this argument wrong. Let me tell you. You could be wearing normal shoes, as wALiE would call them, or you could be wearing shoes that actually impact the structure of your...
You're arguing for toe shoes again.
No, I'm not. Let me go.
Okay.
All right. So you could be wearing these what wALiE calls normal shoes, and I mean, they could basically just keep breaking you down worse and worse until you have to wear those kind of shoes. Versus these toe shoes, as you call them, they really like set you up for a more natural existence. Like, imagine if the shoes were gone tomorrow. Imagine if the shoes were gone tomorrow. Who do you think would be doing better? The person who has engaged their toes in every little point of transportation that was available? Fuck off.
You're saying toe shoes are better.
Yeah.
You're arguing the wrong point.
What am I supposed to be arguing?
You're supposed to say
Why
the
toe
toe
shoes
shoes
are
are
worse than
worse
sandals.
than the socks with sandals.
I don't know. Fuck it, because I got toes.
I win. That was your last one?
That was the last one. But
You won this one. You made it confusing. Fuck you. I thought I was supposed to be defending those.
It was fun. It was way more fun that we did that segment.
Nope.
And
Nope.
for me,
Nope.
that I redeemed myself.
Nope.
To know that I'm the better debater, and you won on a fluke.
I won nothing on a fluke. This is bullshit.
But, hey, I don't know, because this is technically based off of Gio's opinion, so I may not have argued my points right. Gio, can you give us our final
Your
tally?
toes are fucking awful.
Agreed.
Well,
That's it.
So we don't want to see them in shoe form, is my point.
well, I thought that this was gonna be the question that really nailed it down to be like, all right, who's gonna win this? Because the first one,
what was that one?
it was the prunes.
Prunes, okay.
With Big Prune.
Big
Big
prune.
prune.
Yeah.
Hate those guys.
I think wALiE won that one. So, weather time though. I think that one was a tie,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
right?
This game is rigged.
And I thought
Is it?
because I gave you one that I was quite honestly biased on, that Tom was gonna win this one, and then I was gonna come up with a random BS one.
Oh, you have a bonus one?
I could come up with a bonus one.
Go for it.
Okay. Let me find
I'll
one.
just pee my underwear a little bit so
Ah,
I
perfect.
can last
This
another
guy's
5
bladder
minutes.
is like the size of definitely not.
All right.
Australia?
Since we were talking about
Kentucky?
Definitely not Kentucky.
since we were talking about conspiracies earlier, let's end this with a conspiracy, huh?
Sure.
So,
Keep drinking though.
So it could be a fair game?
yep. The conspiracy one.
Oh,
And the
so glad to have you
final
back.
fucking question. Me too. This is actually really fun to watch. From here. So, do aliens live among us currently? Heads or tails, wALiE?
Let him pick, because
okay.
I won.
Okay,
You picked
so
what
heads or
side
tails?
You're arguing.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Heads?
No.
I guess?
Forget the heads or tails. Which
bonus.
side are you going to argue?
Do
Are you going to
aliens
argue that
live-
aliens live among us, or are you going to argue that they don't?
Nah, I just put it to a coin flip. I don't want either side.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to flip it. And your heads or tails?
Heads.
All right, so you are picking 4.
So aliens do live amongst us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're arguing that aliens do live amongst us.
So, do they?
No.
They do. Gotcha.
If I was arguing for them, and I'll just give him this point since it was a win, a tie, and then another win on my point, I still win. I was just going to go with the, illegal alien. Of course aliens live amongst us.
Bro, I could call you
No
an
matter what
alien.
country. Yeah, I'm a fucking alien. This is a great way to end this episode. This has been another episode of Ever Changing Vibe. Anything else before we actually leave? Any?
I got one.
You don't want this.
wALiE wins.
Thank you.
Fuck that. What?
Perfect way to end this episode. wALiE wins! Woo! Ah! Thanks for coming on, dude.
Bullshit.
Do I get paid more?
Nope, same amount. This is recorded and released in February. Same amount. Oh, dude, I gotta pee again.